Maybe it's because my people built it. But I feel like I know how to into society better than just about anyone I run into out here. Like social cues, things like just movements. You know, like I'll slow up to let like a car pass, or you know, I see maybe a couple trying to get through a small area that we're sharing. I'll always, you know, maybe out of courtesy or being trained to do this kind of thing by my parents, I just kind of lay back in the cot and let them go. But no one picks up on this, and instead we end up having a thechadti stand-on where they just stare at me like, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, it was letting you fucking go, so I guess now I'm gonna go. Oh no, no, you're gonna go too? Okay, well then I'll wait. Oh no, you're gonna wait? It's like I'm supposed to be the schizophrenic one here, but no one else has seems to be able to pick up on social cues. Hey, little doggy. Been slacking on my night patrols lately. It used to be like I couldn't go to bed unless I got out and did like a perimeter walk of some kind. But you know, it's been hot during the summer, and sometimes I just can't be arsed to do it. But yeah, I push myself out here tonight just to walk the perimeter. I like to keep an eye on what's going on in the neighborhood. If I don't, right, if I feel like if I take a day off, the next time I do go out, it's kind of overwhelming. Because there's just like so much going on to so many people, you know. And I'm not having the same experience that most people out here are. You know, there's not a lot of awareness where I'm hyper aware, unfortunately, you know. That's why getting on the bus for me is kind of hard, because I just feel it all, you know. So here it's like, yeah, this is, I think, unaware, like a lack of awareness, is really the best way to say it. They just seem to be conversations which I, you know, don't want to be privy to, but a lot of people talk loudly. Conversations center on food, confusion, like where they're going, like where this is or that, and a lot about people, like other people, you know. They'll be talking about a third party that isn't there, or so-and-so said this, or I did that, or they have to do this, and it's basically it. Food, confusion, and other people. And like I explained before, I have my Garmin navigational system on board, much like my security system is sitting up there too. And I try to looking ahead here. This is all schizo, insane shit, but this is my mind. Looking ahead here, it's like I kind of try to map out exactly where I'm going to be or where to walk. Like right here, I'm going to go up, away from all this shit. But unfortunately, navigating for yourself isn't always isn't the only thing I have to do. A lot of times I have to navigate for them too, because they're not navigating. So I calculate in those factors. Like, all right, I want to go over there, but these people don't see me. This guy certainly doesn't know I'm here. It's collision avoidance. I don't even need collision detection, because I see it like a fucking block away. You would think this kind of thing would make people tired to have all this shit going on in their brain, but I don't. It's kind of fun, you know. It keeps me aware of what's happening. I was always the one out of my friends whenever we'd be doing something fucked up or that we shouldn't be doing. I was always the one to be like, all right, now we should get out of here, now we should not go here. And sometimes I'd get like fucking talked down, like, what the fuck's wrong with you, blah 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 blah. You know, and it turned out I was right all the time. So a lifetime of that helps too. Just good at sensing where I need to be and where I don't need to be. This thing's cool here. First time I saw something like that was when we were playing up in Albany, New York. and there was a night called, I think it was called Stars. It was called Stars, and they had this big projected star thing on it. And I remember I was on some kind of substance. You know, we probably all were during those days. And just becoming like really fascinated with it. And everybody else goes into the bar, the club that it was. And I got stuck standing outside, like walking through it, walking around it. We didn't have, hey, what's up, man? We didn't have cameras then like we do now. So, I mean, it's a good thing for that. I would have went home with like 500 pictures of that fucking thing. Heading up to Kalakaua here. This is the main shopping kind of tourist area, this road up here. It brings in enough money so that it covers the expenses of all the islands. It's pretty crazy, just this one little road up here. It's the main kind of tourist drag though. Saturday night. It's usually pretty crowded on Saturday night. Now, going into Halloween in a couple weeks, Halloween is the busiest night on the island traditionally. It's the most people, and it's usually pretty crazy. I usually go out and do videos. Past couple years I've been doing them. Last year me and Nia went out and did a couple things, got a bunch of pictures of people, and a lot of people in costume, a lot of girls' butts hanging out. I always talk about that, like for most women it's like no matter what the costume is, they have their butt hanging out. Like, I'm gonna be a SpongeBob with my butt hanging out. I'm gonna be a mermaid with my butt hanging out. Just, it doesn't matter what it is, even if it doesn't go with it. Oh, some kind of thing up here, I guess. Yeah, over here. Yeah, I'm not gonna go walking through there. That would be way too crazy. If I was more of a regular YouTuber, I would go in there and walk around and show you all the fucking stands. But yeah, fuck that shit. I never know when there's something happening here until I get here. They have a lot of parades and things like that. Like I don't know what that is. I think it's maybe, if I had to guess, like a food kind of festival. No, they got like all kinds of different stuff. I guess I don't know what that's called. I'll look at it later and write it on the screen here. But yeah, Halloween's usually pretty crazy. Back when I used to party, like before COVID, when I was still doing the drug thing, I'd go out with my friends on Halloween and get all messed up and walk around. I wasn't doing videos back then, before though, pre-COVID. So, which is good, because you know, having the evidence and some of that stuff on film wouldn't be a great thing. I might be up. This guy is acting out a little crazy. He's telling the cops to shoot him. Cops are kind of just like ignore him, because like, I guess what are you gonna do? But yes, he's been around streaming basically in this area. I don't know, there's no he's definitely disturbed, but I don't see any demonic type of shit. I don't hear it either, but you know, it doesn't mean it's not there. It's probably definitely there. It's more about getting them to surface, you know? I'm not just hang back here and see how it plays out, if it does play out, you know? The fireworks going on? Yeah. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, he's over there. He's still on the corner. Probably gonna come across here again. He's been going. He's over there at the cops, standing at the little newsstand things they have on the corner. He's screaming out to shoot him, and they're just like, "You take care of yourself." What are you supposed to do? I mean, they don't want to get involved. They usually don't get involved with the crazy people. They usually just ignore them. But, you know, he's kind of, he's not like, he keeps looking like he's going to attack a car or something, but then he doesn't. I don't know, we're going to just hang here for a minute, see if he comes over here. If it's a demonic kind of thing, usually they come to me. I just have to kind of get in the area, and eventually they'll, you know, they'll come to me. I don't know about this guy though, he's just acting out. Yeah, I don't know. Not much going on. It's kind of, he's doing whatever that is. Alright, we're gonna go to Bongs and I'll come back to the area and, oh, he's on the move, on the move, on the move. Well, we're walking up here anyway, so we're gonna follow him. Yeah, it's not, I mean, he's not like kind of assaulting any tourists. He's yelling at a couple of them, but nothing too crazy. With the demonic thing, it's tough, like sometimes, like cases like this, and then sometimes it's completely blatant. They're just walking around going, ah, you know right away. And the crazier ones like that are surfacing, like I call it more, they do want to talk to you because they're trying to figure out if they can get in your body, you know. They're always looking to get in a better body, or at least that seems to be what's happening. And I think they worry about like having it be socially more acceptable looking. I mean, I'd rather be that they don't like being in homeless bodies. Like there was that one lady that I got that time that blew me off, that I was evoking the name of Jesus, and she was just laughing at me. There must have been a strong one. Either a strong one or there was a lot of them in there. But I think what happened with there, and I don't know, but something's telling me this. One of them got in there, and they're like, hey, I got a good one here. And then the others just got in on it, because you can have a bunch of them in one body. A body like that, they can move around a lot and then be undetected. Like she was like a normal looking woman, dressed well. She had like a shopping bag in her hand. I mean, it doesn't have to do with anything. But that's why it was even harder for me to kind of follow her, because if you don't know what I do or what I'm doing, it looks like I'm just stalking some poor lady while she's trying to shop. So I've got to a point with that one. You've probably seen it. I don't know why I go over the same shit all the time. But anyway, for people that don't know, didn't see it, I got to a point with her after a couple blocks and said, what do I do? I know it's in there. It's mocking me. But what do I do? Follow this woman home? It was already starting to look weird because we were in it like a kind of a bunch of people, and I'm like just saying, talking things like Jesus type stuff to get a reaction, and just like saying stuff about demons and just, you know, just insulting them in the best way I could see fit, try to get a reaction from them. But she was just laughing, throwing her head back, and then talking and fucking demon talk, you know, which is babbling. Usually they're yelling about pigs. I later found out why they do that. At first I was like, why do they always call me a pig? Like, because when I first started encountering them downtown with one of my friends, I was still under the impression that there was some kind of secret homeless meeting where they'd get together and decide to stalk me and my friend, and that I'll say, okay, here's the script. And he was like, it's like they're reading from a script. And I'm like, yeah, it's like, you know, Hill Street Blues when the cops are all sitting around in the morning. All right, guys, when you go out today, do this and that. It's like one of those type of things. And it took me a little bit to put all the spiritual stuff together. That was 2017 when all this really kicked off. But there were other things happening in my life concurrently that led to the point where I'm at now, like awakening to God and stuff. And the occult background I always had. But it was more of I had an interest in it, and I never really believed. I guess inside, I know other people believed it, but I was never 100% a believer. I just thought it was interesting. I had friends that were way more into it, you know, that would actually do spells and stuff and magic. This is high school. Like high school. I had girlfriends that would have like magic circles drawn under the rugs in their bedrooms, you know, blood drinking, stuff like that, of their friends, of people they knew, whatever, in different rituals, doing, help me, sigils. See if you just had to light that cigarette. But yeah, so it's always been around with me, but it was only when I started dealing with it face to face that it all kind of coalesced into one thing, like, oh, this is what's going on. And then God kind of fills you in. You know, I had definitely had that like return to Jesus moment, you know, that everybody tends to go through. It is like being born again in a way, but it's not officially born again, like the AA version of born again, which is like a fucking cult as far as I'm concerned. You know, and I'm not talking completely ignorantly. I've had friends that were in the fucking thing, and I've been to meetings and stuff, and if it helps people get out of that trap, well, it doesn't help them get out of the trap. It keeps them in the trap. It just gives them a new trap. It gets them away from drugs and alcohol and things that might kill them like immediately. And it takes all those addictive sort of feelers and plugs new stuff into them. Pretty much. So their behavior and personality and their proclivity to act certain ways haven't changed at all. They've just given them new things that aren't going to kill them. So you have a lot of strange stuff happening, at least when I was involved with someone who was involved with it. A lot of like backstabbing and drama, and there's this thing where they try to get you away from anyone who's not in. It's like a cult. There was a time with this person in particular where they had to sever ties with me because it wasn't good for her to still talk to me because she knew me when she was like on drugs. So like a cult, they eventually get you away from everyone except them, and you have to check in with, you know, your, like, a sponsor every day or whatever they call it. And yeah, it's a fucking cult. It's a cult. I mean, if it saves someone's life, good, but you know, you're just addicted to fucking your cult now, basically. Coming out of Long's, my second favorite place. Throw my quarter in the wishing well here, or the fountain that's turned off. Guys, Stillwater breezes ease. Should have it running. There's some change here from my buddy up here. Yeah, I'm glad this place went in here because the other place went out of business. It's not good when there are empty kind of places. Like when this place had, well, another place was here before this one. This one just went in, Waikiki Brewing Company. When there's not something in there and it's just boarded up, it tends to attract like a lot of ne'er-do-wells, you know, a lot of bad stuff, bad people. What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
It's Al Quarters.
Thanks, man.
Need a cigarette?
Yeah, sure.
How's it going on here?
Good.
It's fucking pretty packed. It's getting toward that time of the month, though. The end of the month's gonna be crazy. Do you got a lighter? Need a lighter?
Yeah, later.
I'll light you up. There you go. There you go. Here. Keep your head on a swivel, man. Have a good night. God bless you. Yeah, that guy's been here for years. He's pretty cool. He's not very talkative though. For a while, I thought he was an undercover homeless people. They had those because there were things about him that made me think he was military. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I don't think he is now. We talk about demons and stuff, and it seems like every guy out here that is like out here has some kind of idea that there are entities out here that are just invisible and seem to live between the people. You know, I was talking about before, like how they have to kind of adhere to the 3D architecture of this realm, even though they're incorporeal, which is kind of weird. like when you see them through film, Roger and KC, say it for the millionth time, he's got a lot of film showing them showing you being able to see them in our world due to his how he handles the photos, like how he turns up the different tools in it so that you can see them in there, their shapes. And they don't float on stuff, they like sit in stuff. Like if there's a ledge on the building, on the ledge, they could go on a roof. Their feet seem to have to touch what is here as ground. And that's why when a lot of times, well, all times, if you're doing some kind of summoning in a room, you want to always keep the door open. I mean, if you're trying to get rid of it or let it out, all the windows open. And that's also why they say for protection to salt your windows and doors, because that's how they're going to come in. They don't come in through the door. I mean, through the wall. They don't float like through walls like Casper or something. They have to adhere to the 3D architecture of this area. I don't know why that is. Someone else could probably explain it, but yeah, it's kind of a weird thing. What is that? You see that thing right down there? Looks like a guy in a bubble wrap. Oh, they're like wings. He has like big wings made out of different colored bulbs, I guess. We'll walk by it so you can take a look at it. I gotta give this guy money. Do I have any more money? I give it to the other guy. I got $1.25. Yeah, that's something. I like this guy. You've probably seen me stop at him before. He's got a really nice voice, and he kind of adds to the area. I like people that add to the area and don't take from it. There are some buskers that are just obnoxious, like way too loud. But they don't usually stay on. The guys that are here and have been here for years or any extended period of time are usually pretty good, like this one. Like they kind of have something going on, like they're talented in some way. I'll put this here. I'll light this up later. Oh, now the guy's throwing fire. It's kind of cool. We'll walk by him, see what's going on. Pretty long light here. A lot of long lights here though in Waikiki. They keep you waiting. It's why, like, I always gotta follow the lights. You'll get a ticket here immediately. Well, I say that. I would get a ticket here immediately. Not everybody would. Because they can tell if someone's like a tourist. They're not going to give tourist tickets. Because, you know, they're not going to be here for too long. I mean, shoot, I had tickets, all kinds of tickets in different states. I'm never going to pay them because some of them I'll be going back to. So it's like the same thing. If I'm here on vacation, they're not gonna bother doing the paperwork. Jesus, fucking, how long are we standing there? Fucking had another birthday. Fucking waiting there. Alright, let's just let these guys go here. Let's just wait here for a minute. Alright. Gotta go. God bless you. Alright, here's the fire thrower. I saw a person doing this behind my house, like in the street, one day, with no one around. It was a girl out behind where Schizo garage is, out in the street, just doing this. I just watched her, I'm like, what the fuck is she doing there?
I got one more trick, then we're gonna do the grand finale. Okay, let's get a rhythm going.
And I went down to get to film it, and by the time I got out, she was gone.
Oh no, wait.
I can't clap on the other hand.
Fire's going out, we need to relight them. We're gonna do big torch. You guys deserve big fire. We do it together. Come, let's fix these gaps. Come fill these gaps a little bit. Here's your big green. Can you come slightly this way?
Alright, he's shooting audience participation. That means that's my cue to go. Yeah, he's just throwing fire.
It's perfect. Yeah, come just slightly this way. Now holds. What happens is street performers are judged on the crowd. Right now, if someone takes a photo and they see a big crowd, they go, wow, those guys are good.
Yeah, performers too, like, they, as a former performer myself, you kind of feed off the crowd. If the crowd's not doing it or not giving you something to go with, you're gonna suck. Like, your performance isn't gonna be good. You definitely need the crowd. You know, there's that symbiotic kind of relationship where they're giving you energy, and the only energy you can put out is the energy they give you. I was kind of a dick about it though back in the day. Like, sometimes I would, if the crowd was lame, I'd do things in protest, like sit in the middle of the stage and face my drummer. Yeah, we weren't very professional. We weren't very professional. Well, in the home stretch here, definitely a lot of freaks, weirdos, and ne'er-do-wells creeping around out here, but nothing demonic. No demons that I've run into anyway. They're certainly out here, you know, without any doubt, and they're in a lot of people too. You know, they may not be surfacing, but they're riding along, trying to influence you with fucking stupid ideas. Ultimately, anything that's going to ruin your life or make you suffer, because the idea, right, is if they ruin your life so that you suffer, well, now you're producing low frequency emotions. That's the loosh they need to get from you. They can't do anything with high frequency, meaning laughter, happiness, joy. They hate laughter, you know. That's why I always try to, the best thing to do is to mock them, you know, because mockery is what they hate the most. So you always kind of have to do that when you can. Mockery is the way to go. But by ruining your life or making you take these bad decisions, you know, the devil on his shoulder, you fucking fuck up your life. And when you fuck up your life, you're depressed, upset, angry, mad. Well, now they've created it's like a loosh node, you know, because they use the word loosh, you know, it's a Gnostic kind of term, but it means, it doesn't mean any kind of energy, any kind of frequency. They need that low frequency energy. They can't use any of the higher frequencies. They have to get you fucking mad and upset. That's the only way they can, that's the only energy they can use. You know, and this extends to Satan. Like, you know, he wants to ruin your life. He wants you to, you know, to fuck yourself over. And especially if you do it to yourself. Well, first of all, if they want to do something to you, they kind of got to get you to do it to yourself. Cosmic, spiritual bullshit. That's how it works. But if you do it to yourself, you're even more upset about it, even more angry, even more depressed, even more, you know, so it's doubly good for them. So yeah, try to recognize when a dumbass voice is in your fucking head telling you to do something you know that's going to be against your own best interest. Because you know, they're trying to get in all the time. And so be aware. Put on the full armor of God. I gotta do an armor of God video too. I like doing this every once in a while. Or I try to walk you through putting it on your own armor, designing it, keeping it consistent, taking it on and off, every single piece of it. In your mind, you know, because that's the whole name of the game. Is using your imagination to create things in the ether, the fourth dimension, to then have a effect here in the third dimension. You won't see your armor of God, but it'll be there in the astral sense, and it will defend you against things that are fucking out here that you can't see. That's the basis of kind of all, like, magic is that, you know. And you can do all that stuff without reading fucking some old grimoire that a pervert child molester made. You're already powerful. You already have what is considered magic. Oh, you're magic, you know. Never believe it's not so. Till next time, thanks for dropping in. Don't blame the teacher, blame the school. We're looking at the Queen Capilani statue from behind in the park, and we thought it was a person up here. Because they did something to it, like they recolored it. Like that blue is all new, right?
Yeah, I think it was just one color, that same color as the face.
Yeah, but from behind it looked like a person.
Real person.
Yeah.
With real hair, but it was lace.
or one of those dudes that like pretend to be a statue.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know there's a statue. It's been here, you know.
Yeah, I think he was just standing there. Like.
I wonder when the statue came in here. I don't know. It looks nice though. They definitely retouched it. Yeah, the face is like bronze, but the body's blue. That looks new. That looks brand new. Like they did something new to it.
Maybe they just colored blue on top.
I don't know.